Y'all let the family cook?
We just
I'm in
ship it.
Chicago, man. My family is from Chirac. I'm in Los Angeles. They be chilling in Iraq, man.
Yeah.
I'm chilling when I got chefs in LA. They come do what I want them to do. Whatever I say, they do.
Okay.
I'm full.
The last time a Glow Gang member came back to Chicago showing off money and success, he didn't make it out alive. That was 2014. Now it's 2026, and a short clip just hit Instagram. Chief Keef's cousin Tatau standing on Southside pavement, iced out, 4 watches, 4 chains, telling anyone from 600 that he's back. Not visiting, not passing through. Back, feet planted, ice shining. And he's not talking peaceful either. He's talking suitcases and out-of-state drop-offs, the kind of language that doesn't stay in comment sections. The drill world went crazy within hours. But what made people genuinely uneasy wasn't just the threats themselves, it was the timing and everything sitting underneath them. Because right now, Glow Gang is sitting in the middle of unresolved beef, fractured alliances, and a rumor involving King Von that people in this culture have never fully let go of. So before anyone decides whether Tatau's return is a power move or a warning sign, you need to understand everything that has been building underneath this moment for years. The most explosive layer of this story isn't the flex videos. It's what was alleged back in 2022. When an O-Block affiliate publicly claimed that Blood Money, Chief Keef's older cousin who was shot and killed in 2014, wasn't taken out by random rivals. The claim was that it was a backdoor, a setup, someone with inside access who knew his movements, someone close enough that his guard was already down before anything happened. And the name that started circulating alongside that allegation was King Von. There has never been official proof. No charges, no public case, no confirmed statement from anyone directly connected. But then fans went back and found a lyric from Von's track Evil Twins, "My homie think I killed his cousin." Well, oh well. Drill culture has always had a history of artists referencing real events in songs, sometimes coded, sometimes too direct. Courts have used rap lyrics as evidence before. So when people connected that line to Keef and Blood Money, it stopped sounding like random rap talk. It sounded like something personal being processed in public through a verse. Not everyone believes it. Some people close to the situation have pushed back and said the real story is different. But the allegation alone was enough to shift alliances that had been quiet for years. And then Chief Keef made a move that told the internet exactly where he stood. He linked up with NBA YoungBoy. On the surface, 2 major artists collaborating, but anyone following drill politics knew what that meant. In November 2020, King Von was killed in Atlanta during an altercation involving an affiliate connected to YoungBoy's camp. Lines were drawn immediately. Sides were chosen. So when Keef appeared alongside YoungBoy, critics called it betrayal. Glow Gang supporters flipped it. If the backdoor rumors were true, they argued, Von was never really on Keef's side to begin with. Then Keef changed his profile picture to Blood Money. No caption, no explanation. Just his cousin's face during the peak of the YoungBoy backlash. That wasn't random. Affiliates started saying publicly that Glow Gang and O-Block were no longer aligned. The split that had been whispered about for years suddenly felt official. Now go back to 2014 to understand why all of this sits so heavy. Mario Hess, Blood Money, was not just another affiliate. He was family. Chief Keef's older cousin, 10 years his senior, someone the younger artist genuinely looked up to and respected. By early 2014, things were changing for him fast. He had just signed a deal connected to Interscope with reports of a $50,000 advance. He had been spending time in Los Angeles with Keef, working on music, planning to relocate permanently. The plan was simple: get the deal, leave Chicago, start fresh somewhere the past couldn't follow so easily. But before making that full move, he went home. Birthdays, family, celebration. He had earned something real, and he wanted to share that with the people who watched him grow up, the ones still on those blocks who knew where he came from. On April 9th, 2014, he was outside a family home near 56th and Elizabeth when 2 gunmen approached and opened fire. More than 24 shots. He was hit multiple times in the chest and torso and died at the hospital shortly after. He was 30 years old and a father of 5 children. No arrests were ever made. The case went cold and stayed cold. In Chicago, success doesn't make you invisible. Sometimes it makes you a target. Blood Money had been posting his deal online, making the money visible. In neighborhoods where people are struggling daily, that kind of public celebration can shift energy fast. And that loss didn't just leave a hole in a family, it changed the direction of an entire career. After April 2014, Chief Keef stopped treating Chicago like home. The city had taken his cousin weeks before the escape could be complete. And it wasn't just blood money. Capo, a core Glow Gang member, was killed in a drive-by in 2015. Trey Savage, another founding member, was shot and killed in 2020. Fredo Santana, Keef's cousin and longtime collaborator, was gone by 2018. Since 2012, more than 30 drill rappers and affiliates have died from violence. Keef watched that pattern from a distance and made a decision. He left. Not temporarily, completely. He built distance between himself and Chicago, and that distance may be the reason he's still here, which is exactly why Tatau's return feels like more than a viral moment. Keef's entire survival strategy was built on geography. Leave the environment, remove yourself from the proximity, stop being visible and accessible on the same blocks where the bodies are buried and the beefs are still unresolved. He understood early that the city wasn't going to change around him, so he changed his location instead. Tatau is doing the complete opposite. He isn't slipping quietly into the city for a brief family visit and keeping it low. He's standing on South Side pavement with cameras rolling, calling out 600 directly, repeating threats that are specific enough that nobody watching can call it vague. In a city that still averages hundreds of homicides a year, words like that don't stay contained to comment sections. They reach the right people within minutes. Rivals see it, fans tag people. Pressure builds publicly and privately at the same time. And the context around this return is not neutral. The alliances that once held Glow Gang together have fractured in ways that haven't been publicly repaired. The backdoor rumors involving Vaughn created a split that official statements never fully closed. They just stopped being discussed loudly. The Youngboy collaboration confirmed to anyone paying attention that Keef had moved his loyalties away from O-Block Energy entirely and wasn't trying to hide it. The profile picture change, the public statements from affiliates, the music that followed, all of it pointed in one direction. Old wounds that never properly healed are still sitting underneath the surface. And now, a close relative is back on the same blocks that already hold Glow Gang blood in the soil, shining visibly, making statements loud enough that rivals across the city are seeing them within minutes of posting. Blood Money's story was supposed to be about escape, a deal on the table, a future outside the cycle, a fresh start in Los Angeles that never fully arrived because he came home to celebrate first, and that one decision changed everything. The parallel to what Tatau is doing right now is uncomfortable in a way that isn't easy to wave off. Same family, same city, same pattern of visible success being displayed publicly in the same environment that has never shown Glow Gang much mercy. The difference is that in 2026, the political landscape surrounding this crew is more fractured than it was in 2014. There is more unresolved history sitting in the open, more public statements that created permanent positions, more angles of tension pointing at the same people, and now a return that is making all of it louder at the same time. Chief Keef built his survival around one principle: distance protects you when the streets don't. He watched enough people stay close to the fire and become headlines. He left and built a life that the city couldn't reach. Every loss after that, every name added to the list, only confirmed the same equation over and over again. Now Tatau is back, loud, visible, and planted in the middle of an environment where that equation still applies just as hard as it ever did. Maybe it's confidence. Maybe it's loyalty to the neighborhood that raised him. Maybe it's something calculated that isn't fully visible from the outside yet. But the city has a long memory, and it doesn't make exceptions for family ties or viral moments. The last time a Glow Gang cousin came home shining like this, the celebration ended before it could fully start. So the real question isn't whether Tatau has the right to be there, it's whether the cycle Keef ran from has actually broken, or whether it's just been sitting quietly, waiting for someone to walk back into it. Drop your thoughts below. Is this a power move, or is history about to repeat itself?